A state of emergency has been declared in Colombia after the country was struck by its strongest earthquake in the last decade. At least 111 people are known to have died, and many more are feared to be trapped in the rubble of collapsed buildings. The powerful 7.4 magnitude earthquake struck the Chocó region between Medellin and Cali. Tremors were felt across the country and as far as Venezuela, Ecuador, and Panama. Dozens of buildings collapsed in the earthquake. This video shows a hospital facade in Cali crumbling as the ground shakes. Rescue efforts are underway. Our correspondent Shaima Khalil has more.
An ordinary day, shattered in seconds. There was nowhere steady to stand. In Manizales, people clung to whatever they could. Buildings gave way as a magnitude 7.4 earthquake tore through the morning rush hour. Residents ran for safety, stumbling as the streets shifted beneath their feet. At this hospital in Cali, people scattered between ambulances as part of the building's facade collapsed. Here, emergency crews searched what remained of this three-story building, looking through twisted metal and debris. Among those caught in the chaos was Dan Cutler. He'd just spent one night in Cali when the earthquake struck.
It almost felt like an out-of-body experience of just being like, get out, suddenly realizing that there actually could be in genuine danger, which so like a switch flipped. Terrifying. It was just very, very scary.
As fear spread, Cali's mayor sought to reassure residents.
At the moment, we have at least 20 collapsed structures in Cali with people trapped. I've requested support from the mayor of Bogotá and the mayor of Medellin with rescue workers. Additionally, we're at the forefront of this emergency with all of Cali's relief agencies. I ask citizens to remain calm.
This was the city of Pereira. The full extent of the destruction is only beginning to emerge. The earthquake's epicenter was near the small community of San José del Palmar in the western region of Chocó, but its force was felt across Colombia and beyond its borders. For the country's president, sworn in only on Friday, this is the first major crisis of his new administration.
I have ordered the suspension of my entire schedule in the nation's capital so that I can focus on the natural disaster that is currently ravaging our long-suffering Colombian people.
Those who escaped have been warned to remain outside and away from buildings that may no longer be safe. The search for survivors continues, with hope that more could be found and fears the ground could move again. Shaima Khalil, BBC News, Los Angeles.
And for more, we can speak with Edwin Armenta, Operations Manager for the International Federation of Red Cross in Colombia. Edwin, thanks very much for making some time to speak to us. Tell us what your teams have been telling you that they're seeing on the ground.
Hi, thanks for having me. Yes, right now we are supporting the Colombia Red Cross to mobilize human and search and rescue teams and first aid equipment and teams to support the communities most affected. As you share in the video, this is one of the worst earthquake in decades in Colombia. Right now, we have information about more than 6 departments affected. As you mentioned, you shared before, Chocó, Caldas, Valle del Cauca, Risaralda, and Quindío are the location most affected. Right now, as a federation, we are supporting the Colombia Red Cross efforts to reach the most affected in the most areas affected. With the deploying of the different teams from different parts of the country to support the national response government and also to try to reach in a faster way the people most affected.
And Edwin, we've just had an update on the death toll. It's now risen to 132. I suppose a big concern, given all the footage that we've seen, is that number could go up.
Yes, right now we have some information, some details regarding affectation, but we are considering that probably the affectation is bigger because we, for example, in Chocó, the internet connection is not very well. The internet connection is affected, and probably the affectation is a really bit more. And probably in coming hours, we're going to have more information regarding people that have been died and people that have been injured, and also affectation in some households. For example, we have information that there are more than 1,600 households affected, and probably we're going to have more information regarding this affectation. For that reason, as a federation, we are launched as emergency operation to support the initial efforts of the Colombia Red Cross. This is operation for 1 million Swiss francs to support the immediate response of the Colombia Red Cross, and probably we're going to request additional support to increase the capacity of the Colombia Red Cross at local level and in those locations, sorry.
And Edwin, what do you see as the biggest challenges over the next 24, 48 hours?
Yes, one of the challenges right now that we are facing is try to is the affectation in some airports and some roads. For that reason, to the connection of the deploy of some emergency teams would be a challenge. And right now we are supporting the national effort of the government to try to have more information regarding shelter needs, because we know that there are thousands of household affected, and probably we're going to find that kind of the needs. Also, there are some one other needs, important needs that we are trying to consider in the coming days is the needs in water and sanitation activities, and also in this moment we are deploying teams to support the restoring family links with relatives, because in some municipalities we don't have internet connection, and some relatives don't have information about what happened with your daughters, with your father, with your children, and things like that.
Edwin, thanks very much for your time. We'll let you get back to your important work. Edwin Armenta, Operations Manager for the International Federation of Red Cross in Colombia.